I recently looked up SWAT 4 online, and to my horror, it doesn't exist. Unlike all those far inferior games that spam the 3 for £5 sections in shops, SWAT 4 isn't being sold anymore. It's become a valuable commodity, with second-hand copies selling for well above its initial retail price. Suddenly I realised that my bashed up copy that I've been chucking around at LAN parties is a valuable artefact. Google SWAT 5 and you'll be greeted with forum post after forum post, desperately hoping for scraps of information on the project. It doesn't look hopeful for the ageing series. For me, it started with SWAT 3. It was one of the first PC demos that I had. It sported incredible AI, detailed scenery, and seemed well ahead of its competitor, Rainbow Six, in every way. Most surfaces could be shot through, meaning that you could clear rooms without even opening the door. Not that you could memorise where the enemies were, it would randomly shuffle the levels around to make it different every time. I still remember the first house level. Sometimes the shooter would be in the attic sniping cars, other times he'd be behind the front door. Once I even found him underneath the bed. One time I didn't even find him. Knowing this game, he could have been anywhere. But what am I doing, mentioning SWAT 3? The thing is, the first time I tried the fourth one, I didn't like it. It was just different, plus people swore in it. To me, they were trying to modernise it in the same way that Prince of Persia did with Warrior Within, and it sucked the appeal out of the game. But don't worry, the same friend who recommended Rising Storm to me also brought a copy of this game around to a LAN party several years later, and we were instantly hooked. Just like the third game, there's a house level on this that's ridiculously easy. To this day, we still raid that sick pervert's basement as a warm-up for the trials to come. We smash up the house, torture the victims, blow ourselves up and tase his mum. To this day, almost a decade after its release, it remains a staple of LAN parties as the ultimate co-op game. I wouldn't recommend playing it against friends unless you don't want them to be friends anymore. It's incredibly stressful. After the warm-up co-op level, we move on to harder ones. Perhaps the takeaway one, before moving on to old favourites like the Hospital, Diamond Bank, and, of course, the Children of Tyrone, complete with child cemeteries and crazed, brainwashed, screaming women. All those years ago when I played it for the first time, I didn't see the appeal, but storming the place with friends in a manner that Benny Hill would be proud of, it's simply hilarious. The graphics still hold up well today. It's a nice looking game. It runs without problems, and with a bit of tweaking you can get it working with widescreen. I'm not sure what armour is meant to do, or why you'd bring a grenade launcher to any occasion, but it's nice to have the option. And please, for God's sake, if you're going to use CS gas, then make sure your team's wearing gas masks. The design decisions are only becoming apparent all these years on for me. It's one thing to kill the bad guys, but come the end of the level you'll be greeted with a low score. Why? Because real SWAT teams use shotguns and paintballs against heavily armoured, trained terrorists. Yes. To this day, there are still missions that we haven't perfected using this bizarre pacifist option. Time and time again, we'll get close to the end of the mission only for a machine gun wielding rapist to storm the room and to bring us all down in a fraction of a second. This game is unforgiving, and when your friend opens the door that you're currently opti-wanding only for there to be 3 guys on the other side who then turn and open fire in your general direction as you and all your friends all fumble about with grenades? Wow. There is only so much that mere mortals can take. And like many challenges, we've sort of accepted that we'll never be able to sit still for long enough to complete it properly. We have so much fun that we don't mind failing the mission to see what happens if you shoot Granny Goggins point blank with a revolver on the edge of a 3rd-storey balcony. But it's because of this mentality that I have recently completed both the original game and the expansion on my own. There's no fanfare for completing it. I'm still not sure what the most difficult missions are, but I can at least say that I've done it, even if my friends never will. And despite all that, I'll never turn down the chance to rush the Diamond Bank, unarmoured and with beanbags against over 30 rifle-firing terrorists. Screw the hostages.
Police, drop your weapon! On your knees now!
Well done, good job.
Down and show me
Someone to the right, someone to the right.
In here?
Through the wall, yeah, I can see it through the wall.
What, right there?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a hostage or not. Oh, well done, Tom!
Oh no!
Wash. Come back in or something.